The new world order is taking over today because we have a guest in the show. We are going to be joined by Lord Elias himself, Sith Lord Elias himself, representing the Cowboys gear. And we're also going to be joined by Matt Lerma, as you know him on the X by Matt Lerma underscore PS. And me, I'm Joe Garcia. I'm going to be your host, and we're all going to host this show together here as we are broadcasting live from the beautiful west side of San Antonio, Puro Exit 7 over here. And we have already people joining us in the chat, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in and interacting with us. Good morning, Chris Gonzalez. We appreciate you. Also to Midtown, Texas. Good morning. Spurnett is joining us all the way from San Diego. Good morning to you. Matt over here in the chat doing this thing. Let's fucking go. Tequachi time is what July 26th is saying. No, we don't have Tequachi time because we don't have Mike on the show today. He's doing daddy duty. He's helping his daughter move in today. NWO in the house. New Wemby order. There you go,
New
man.
Wemby order.
And then we got Mario Cavazos is saying, good morning, Vatos Locos. So all the comments coming in, all at once here. But guys, let's go ahead and get into this. I can't believe we're saying this, but we're going to be talking about both a Spurs winning streak. Yes, something we haven't heard in quite some time. And we're also going to be talking about a Cowboys win, something else that we haven't seen in quite some time. It felt like you were saying, right, Elias? Like we're waking up in some type of alternate universe, bizarro world or something.
Yeah, bizarro world, Joe. It's been a good minute since we've been able to celebrate a victory. I mean, on both ends, right? Spurs haven't exactly been on a they've been on a hot streak lately. We haven't been able to experience that in a couple of years, bro. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, what do you got to say, Matt? The Spurs are on a 3-game winning streak. Has that made Spurs Twitter any more palatable over the last couple days?
No, man.
Hell no.
Nah, I'm happy the Spurs are on a 3-game winning streak. Hopefully, it'll be a 4-game winning streak tomorrow night in a big NBA Cup game. But Spurs Twitter is gonna Spurs Twitter.
I think the narrative right now is everybody's fighting amongst each other because it's crazy how one side wants to pick Team Mitch and the other side wants to pick Team Pop, and it's like it's because they're winning because of Pop, and they're winning because of both. They're winning because of not only Coach Mitch Johnson, but also because of Coach Popovich. Coach Pop has a big influence on the team. Whether Mitch is out there going ahead and coaching it on his behalf, or Coach Pop was out there, coaching the team. Maybe the team would have still been on this win streak. We really don't know, but why can't we just enjoy the ride? I think the team is playing inspiring basketball right now, or inspired basketball in the absence of one Coach Pop. I feel like Mitch is out there still executing the plan, but he's putting his own spin on it, which is great, and Spurs fans are seeing that. Mitch Johnson isn't just somebody that's going to be on the bench and doesn't know how to coach this team. He's showing that he can do a great job in the absence of Coach Pop, and he's just riding the ship at this point, and they're seeing some success here. So I'm just happy as a Spurs fan that the team is playing good, that they're on a winning streak, and that they're going out there and they're competing, even being able to come back from double-digit deficits to show that there is a leap there in the team and that there's some growth. Why can't we all agree on that and just enjoy the win streak, right? It's like everybody battles each other. It's wild, man.
Yeah, like I don't mind. Like I'm not on a team. You know what I mean? Like I'm not on Team Pop or Coach Mitch or whatever. I support the Spurs, but I just feel like some people have to make a point to put Pop down to praise Mitch. And I'm just like, bro, like Mitch
Say
is
his name,
there
Matt.
to.
Don't be scared, dog. Say his
I
name.
was like,
What people?
Mitch is there. Mitch is there to implement Pop's vision. I even said to the usual co-host of the show, Mike Jimenez, I was like, "You're too blinded by your hatred of Pop to see that this is Pop's vision for the team."
No, he's too busy trying to call you. What does he call you? A pop apologist.
Yeah.
His favorite term from that pop apologist. Well, let's go ahead and give some love here to Tex-Mex Frank. He's saying, "Buenos dias, gentlemen. Puro pinche Cowboys grito." Hey, man, you paying for the grito? I appreciate the 199 super chat. We do appreciate you guys supporting the show. So without further ado, we got to go ahead and give the Cowboys a grito. And Elias here wearing the Cowboys, was it? Is it Sarape? What is it?
Sarape.
There you are.
Yeah.
So he's all cowboyed up. Puro pinche Cowboys a la verga. So we're going to go ahead and play
Let me
it.
show y'all real quick.
There you go, man.
Por presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
Since Mike isn't here, we're gonna play the whole grito because he's like, "Oh, it's too long. It's too ethnic for me." No, over here when Mike isn't here, we're gonna play the whole grito. We can get as Mexican as you want. Look at Sith, case in point, showing up in a sarape. There you go, man. Puro, he's cool today. Mike might not be tuning in, and this show might be too ethnic for him, man.
Right?
I texted Joe last night. I said, you know what? We need to show some love to the Mexican heritage on here. Mike Jimenez bashes us too damn much. So I got on my burro, got my zarape, and here we are, dog.
Oh man, look at July 26 pointing out Mike's burner JHNSB is not here. It's so obvious. You know, there's always that conspiracy, man. When Mike's in the chat, JHNSB shows up at the same time. So we're not saying it's Mike, but we're also not gonna say it isn't. So
It's not.
and look, it's
I've never seen both of them in the same room together.
hey,
That's all I'm saying.
it's like Superman, right? And Clark Kent, you never see them in the room together, right? Hey, Fernandez is saying that's a sick ass setup. It said,
Appreciate it. I got it at the flea market in Poteet. They have all the bangers out there, dog. They had Cowboys, Spurs, whatever you wanted. They had it available.
there you go. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys, everybody's left them for dead. You know, Cowboys Nation is in turmoils and shambles, but Cowboys delivered us a nugget on Sunday, man. They were able to go ahead and beat the Washington Commanders, who are leading the NFC East. They beat them by a final score of 34-26, and this game had everything, man. If you're a Cowboys fan, it was laden with not only poor plays at times, but also special teams came to play. They showed up. The kicker, the golden leg, Aubrey, uncharacteristically, he missed a field goal. So I was like, what's going on, man? But then the special teams for the Cowboys show up. Do you think this game is over? But wait, hold my beer, the Cowboys say. We're going to go ahead and let this one almost go into overtime because the Commanders come out and they tie the game late, you know? So you're like, all right, we're going to overtime. But that was not the case. The Cowboys found a way to win the game, you know, in the waning final minute there. So I'm just like, this was wild, dude. And even the announcers were saying, this game is crazy, dude. They said it had everything. Like special teams. This was a special teams laden Cowboy game. Thoughts on this one, Sith?
I think you hit it right on the nose. It was just a circus show from the beginning from both teams. I thought we were gonna get blown out. If I'm being honest, we're playing the leaders of the division. I'm like, man, they're gonna run us up about 40 points to 3 because we know only Aubrey's able to score. And after he had that first field goal blocked, I'm like, oh man, I'm about to change this shit. I don't know if my heart could take what we're in for, right? Then he goes on and misses the second field goal. Now, man, I'm telling you, my heart dropped to my stomach. I'm like, here we go again. I'm have to get ready for all the cooking I'm gonna take in on X after this. And now, man, they flipped it around in the second half. You know, Cooper Rush did his thing. Defense showed up. I think our best defender on the field was actually CD Lamb on that play where they threw the interception. He came back and popped the safety and got the ball back to Shoemaker or whatever his name is. Like, it was a crazy game overall. Of course, we had to crap the bed when Turpin returns it in the following play. They hit us for an 86-yard touchdown. That was ridiculous. But by God's grace, he didn't want to see the Reds. Sorry, I almost got myself canceled. They're not Redskins. They wanted he wanted to see the Commanders lose it. So, you know, that field goal hooked far left, and here we are, man. I'm just happy we made it out there with a dub. Pretty or not, I'm just happy we got it.
What about you, Matt? You got any words on this Cowboys debacle game?
Man, it was crazy. Like when I was watching the game, I saw the block field goal. I saw him miss the field goal. So hitting up Sith, I was just like, bro, you're in shambles right now. And then like all of a sudden, at the end of the game, it was just craziness, and Cowboys came away with a win. So you know, I saw a lot of people on X talking about like, oh, now we're gonna get a higher draft or like a worse draft pick. I'm just like, bro, like who cares? Get the W. So it's not like Jerry's gonna do anything good with that draft pick anyways.
Yeah, Jerry will
Just
probably wind up
enjoy
getting
the
another
W.
wide receiver or something instead of the defense, you know?
Yeah, whenever Cowboys play, I have three enemies. I have my non-Cowboy fans in my family. I have y'all on X who tend to cook me because I'm a big Cowboy fan. But my biggest hater is right there to the right of me. Matt Lerma texts me throughout the game, "Yo, your Cowboys suck. Did you see that interception? Did you see he can't hit a receiver to save his life?" I was like, Matt, I'm about to block you, bro. So last night, gave me a chance to cook him back. I was like, my boys showed up, and that's all I could be happy for.
And we got a $10 super chat, $10.47 super chat coming in from the Drew Show. Drew, we appreciate your support, man. He's saying the entire coaching staff led by Greg established the path. Mitch is implementing it, but let's stop with the myth that Greg has anything but a curious he comes now. He goes, postro, grito, and chancla, please. So you're paying for it. We're going to go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and do the grito and then the chancla.
Por presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
I think one of the shows that we should do should just be the grito on repeat for like 2 hours, man, just to go ahead and piss Mike off. Let's go ahead and do
It's
this.
gonna be your best friend.
Oh yeah, it'd be the highest rated one.
Yeah,
There you go. So thank
you gotta put the grito in every time Mike tries to make a bad take. Just throw the grito.
Oh man, I think I just have to have the whole show on repeat on that grito for 2 hours. That's Mike. Mike's gonna mic for you, man. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that's in the chat with us right now. We appreciate all your comments. They're coming in. One of them saying happy birthday to the El Mas Chingon himself, Christopher Leja, MCS General Contracting. We appreciate you, man. And you know what? The chat that you all are using right now is powered by our boy Christopher Leja. So shout out to him and all he does for us here at the show. Been a supporter since day one. So if you have any concrete needs, you want some of that diamond hard concrete in your life, make sure you go ahead and give it a shout out or a call here to MCS General Contracting and Chris Leja at 210-774-9155. Again, go ahead and call MCS General Contracting for real concrete needs at 210-774-9155. All right, so let's go ahead and get back in here in the chat and see what the boys are talking about. And look at this. Sam Salinas is saying, Joe, do you like TBS on Christmas? 24 hours of the grito. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I think if we did do that, Matt, that would be the highest rated show we'd ever have. 2 hours straight of the grito, man. People are being like, I love it. The show that's too ethnic for Mike, right? Cancel Jimenez. Look at that. Drummer 7 here. He's saying El Grito on repeat would be torture method in a black site. They'll tell you everything you want to know. Just keep on playing the Grito. And we have a Henry Seville the Goat saying, remember on the late 80s when Washington went 15-1, that one loss to the shitty Cowboys. Oh man, it was one of those games yesterday for the Cowboys and Cowboy fans. I don't know I don't think they knew how to feel. It's like, what is this feeling? What is this new feeling that I'm getting? It's a win, man. It's okay. Go ahead and enjoy the win. I'm sure everybody right now that's a Cowboy fan's walking into the office today with a little bit of a hangover because let's face it, there hasn't been much to celebrate, right, Sith?
Well, I mean, regardless win or loss, we're gonna stay drinking, right? We drink our woes and we celebrate. I mean, especially the Mexican in us, man. And if you need a new recording for a grito, give me a couple of shots and I'll make it happen.
You and Leja, we'll go ahead and give you and Leja, give him some truth serum. Like we call it, me and Leja call the tequila his truth serum. Because if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny, dude. So,
You know?
there's
Yeah.
always that
Oh
myth.
man,
Who was around to see it? If nobody was around to see it, did it really happen? You know. So happy birthday to Christopher Leha, man. Oh, and let's
Happy
go ahead.
birthday,
And,
Chris.
yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what else is going on right now in the world of sports and what's going on with not only the Cowboys but the NFL in general. We did have some games. I don't know if you could say upsets, but if you look at the Texans and the Titans, I mean, the Titans beat the Texans by a final score of 32-27. Texans dropping after they go ahead and beat the Cowboys. They go ahead and lose one to the Titans. Vikings Bears was kind of odd, man. I didn't think that one would go to overtime, but the
Yeah.
Bears there and they go ahead and lose to the Vikings in OT by a final score of 30-27. Dolphins dispatched the Patriots easily 34-15. That wasn't a surprise. One of the major upsets, if this had gone the other way, would have been the Chiefs. They finally found a way to go ahead and get a win against the Panthers by a final score of 30-27. That was kind of on shaky legs there. Buccaneers, Giants, of course, this one, I mean, there was no chance the Giants were going to go ahead and compete. They lose to the Buccaneers 30-7. Lions and Colts, there's this one too. You thought was, there was going to be a big disparity there between the talent pool. And of course it was. His final score 24-6. Broncos and Raiders 29-19. And then we had the Cardinals and Seahawks, Matt. Mateo, your Seahawks won 16-6,
back-to-back wins, baby.
which they should have won against the Cardinals. So they did what they needed to do. And then you had the Packers and the 49ers, man, 38-10. Not a 49ers fan. So I'm going to be in the infamous words of Mike Jimenez. Good. you know?
Good, yeah.
Good. Yeah,
When the 49ers lose, it's good for all Cowboys fans. I
exactly.
wanted to
Good.
ask you, Joe, what do you do now that your Sancha team is falling behind as well? CJ Stroud looks like a shell of himself. Something happened the second half of this season that he's, I don't know, man. I think he downgraded or something, man. What do you think is going on over there
I
in
think it has
Houston?
more to do with what's going on with their how the receiver, let's say, supporting group there and how deep it is. They're missing some pieces out there, and I think it's starting to show. CJ Stroud is starting to feel the pressure, from the opposing team. They're giving him different looks coming out. They're really going ahead and making him have to go ahead and make some last minute decisions. And again, he's not making the best ones for his team. So I mean, when the pressure's on you, man, it's kind of hard to perform. And I mean, let's be honest with them. Let's be honest with ourselves. CJ Stroud isn't like a veteran QB at this point. He's still kind of new to the scene here. And in his second year here doing his thing, he's not looking as good anymore because I think teams have the scouting report and two,
Yep.
being able to go ahead and scheme against him. So you got to go ahead and rise above. And right now, I think he's kind of, you could classify it, it would be like a shooting slump, right? If you were an NBA player, that's what he's going through right now. Unfortunately for them, it's at a time where they need to go ahead and pick up some of these wins against lesser teams that they might be playing. So it is what it is. They're falling off a little bit. They might be one of these teams that might not even make the wild card, even though they might have a winning record. That might be the let's say the reality for Texans and Texans fans. Unfortunately, because I thought, this team had what it takes to actually compete or get into the wild card. But we'll see, man. You're only as good as your record says you are, and now they're starting to fall off a little bit. Same thing goes for Cowboys, man. You're only as good as your record says you are.
And look at me talking down on a playoff potential team, knowing damn well my Cowboys aren't even gonna hit 6 wins this season. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm a shit on every non-Cowboy team though.
Yeah, look at that. Jesse A said the same thing. League has some more tape on CJ and can do a better job of scouting him. That's what's happening not only with CJ Stroud, but that same thing was happening with Wemby as well. Teams already have
Yeah.
the tape on them. They have scouting reports and whatnot, so they know how to scheme against them. Saquon Barkley, man, I can't say enough about this guy, man. He's been having some monster games. He had another one yesterday with the Eagles as the Eagles go ahead and they dispatched the Rams 37-20, man. Saquon Barkley had a huge game. And I can't say, being a lifelong Cowboys fan, that I'm rooting for the Eagles in any way, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Saquon Barkley had a hell of a game, man. 2 touchdowns. I think he rushed for over 300 yards yesterday. So, I mean, if you had him in fantasy football, he was going to get you the dub, right, Mateo?
Oh, yeah.
Matt,
He was going crazy. Like I just watched the highlights of that game, but I was just like, man, was he the only one playing that game? Because the highlights were just all him.
yeah, but you did great in fantasy football. You got another win.
Oh, that's actually I'm doing fantasy basketball this
Oh,
year.
fantasy
So
basketball.
those were basketball. Yeah.
Okay. So who you going up against? You going up against Sith here, or who is it?
I handed Sith his first L last week. But,
You're gonna have to catch up
it
then.
was a fluke. It was a fluke.
Uh,
yeah.
I think
But no, I'm in 2 fantasy basketball leagues right now. One with Sith and some other people from X, and then I'm in like another one which is a lock-in league where you can. It's more like fantasy football where you only get to choose your player score from one game a week, and you have to like lock it in before the next game.
nice.
And I'm doing pretty good. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Well, we do have a game to talk about here too. There's a game that's going to be happening today. Monday Night Football. It's going to be Ravens and Chargers. That's going to have a 7:15 tip. I don't know, man. I think that the Ravens have kind of fallen off, and if they lose again, that they're going to be behind it, man. It's going to be hard for them to catch up because you got to win your division to get in.
Yeah.
You know, and right now the Ravens are behind the Steelers, and the Steelers actually lost as well. So if the Ravens want to go ahead and make some headway here, this is a game that they're going to have to win. They can't go ahead and take this Chargers team for granted. What are your thoughts on today's game? We'll go ahead and start with you, Matt.
My thoughts on the Ravens Steelers. I don't know. I think the Ravens have a good shot of winning. The Steelers lost that
Chargers,
last game. So. Oh, Chargers.
Yeah, they're playing
Dang.
the Chargers today.
Well, then I don't know. I don't know anything about the Chargers, so I just think the Ravens should win.
What about you, Seth?
Man, I have the Ravens winning tonight, but I wouldn't put it over the Chargers to get the dub. Justin Herbert's out there balling like he had fallen off for a bit, but starting to heat up the second half of the season. He's doing the opposite effect of what CJ Stroud's doing. Like I said, not setting shots, just it is what it is. But I see Chargers they're gonna give them a run probably till the end. Probably gonna come down to the last couple of minutes and fourth. It's gonna be back and forth. Like you said, Ravens don't look as dominant as they once were, and Chargers are finally picking up at the perfect time.
Look at Jesse A's
So
comment. He's a Chargers fan. He says, attacking with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Puro Charger power. He says, bolt the F up. And here's Fernandez. He's saying, see, a Sancha team is like an actual Sancha. It's all fun and games till she starts acting like your wife, man. He tells
put
me,
that on the shirt.
yeah, he says, be a real man. Don't get a Sancha team, get a Sancha. That's Rick's motto right there. And we have a comment coming in from Chris Gonzalez. He says, I think tonight is a Derrick Henry showcase to show again that the Cowboys could have gotten Barkley or Henry. True enough. Fantasy basketball, he says, Mario Cavazos, is too damn time consuming. Players play every other day. You got to keep an eye on your lineup daily. This is true, man. That's why I don't play fantasy football. I don't got no time for it. But you know what?
I just made it part of my morning routine, man. While I'm brushing my teeth, I'm looking at the fantasy line.
So let's go ahead and get back to what we're talking about originally, too, because that's going to be a heated debate here. And we're going to talk about the San Antonio Spurs once again here. And again, Spurs Twitter, they're divided. Everybody has their own opinion about things. And the good thing is that we can agree to disagree, but it doesn't mean that you have to go out there and flat out tell somebody that they're dumb or they don't know ball. That's crazy. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, whether they agree or disagree. And we're not here to say, oh, your way of thinking is because it's different is wrong. Everybody believes what they believe. And unfortunately for me, I might be on the outside here, but I'm thinking that, you know what, the Spurs, again, they have been playing inspiring basketball in the absence of Coach Pop. I think they want to win the games in honor of their coach, who is not at the helm right now. They're playing great under Mitch Johnson. I think Mitch Johnson is doing a good job, as like I said before, doing some different things out there that, Spurs fans are taking notice of. But overall, I think the team is coming together, and it's because I don't want to attribute it all to Mitch Johnson or say, oh, it's 100% Coach Pop. Why can't we give credit to some of the veterans here? Why can't we give credit to not only Chris Paul, but Harrison Barnes out there on the court being those floor generals, especially Chris Paul, being over there and keeping the team accountable, talking to them, telling everybody to calm down. Even with Keldon Johnson, when he made that one dunk and was just hanging on the rim, shaking it and yelling, Harrison Barnes told him, "Hey, man, you can't be doing stuff like that because you're going to give the opposing team fire. Just play it cool. We don't need to get a technical for stuff like that. Stop doing things like that." And I think it's very telling. They're trying to teach these young players how to play and how to win. Most importantly, and I think they're starting to actually, what these guys, they know how to win games because they've been in the league for so long. Maybe we should listen to them. And I've been really impressed and really proud of this team and how they've been able to come back against some of the better teams that they faced recently and continue this win streak. Case in point, we saw them come from a double deficit, against the Warriors here, and they were able to win. They showed some grit and some grind there in the fourth quarter, and I was really impressed. And not only with that, but Wemby, man, Wemby shelled out for that game, and he started hitting some big shots, and the momentum switched, man. And you could tell that the Spurs were feeling it, and that's all she wrote. They ran away with it, and unfortunately, Golden State didn't have an answer. Once the Spurs were playing and they were all syncing together, Stephon Castle, man, he actually locked up, I think, Steph Curry pretty good. I think he
Pretty good.
was able to move with him, even though he's going to be one of the greatest shooters that ever lived in the NBA. I think Steph Curry did a commendable job in guarding both, Steph Curry there. Thoughts? Let's go ahead and start with you, Seth. What did you think about the game and the way that the Spurs are playing lately in this 3-game winning streak? What do you attribute it to?
Um, it's been good. I'm happy we're on a three-game winning streak. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, what I'm giving credit to Coach Mitch, right? I mean, like you stated, Coach Pop, yes, he's still involved. There's still his schemes and whatnot, but I feel like Mitch Johnson's kind of putting his own take on it. He's calling timeouts when they need to be called. He's not letting the opposing team go on these runs. We're not falling behind like we once did, right? The biggest thing from last season, this season, Spurs seem to be a second half team. We all believed in the third quarter curse. You could agree with that, Matt. Last year, third quarter was our worst quarter, and it seems like we've been coming back, going from the third to fourth have been our best quarters. Stephon Castle, phenomenal player, plays with the confidence of an all-star, of a veteran. Locked up Stephen Curry, he's locked up SGA. He's just been on it. What else can we expect? He might be the best rookie in this class. And he might have actually seen that list where they left him out of the top 10 rookies this year and took it disrespectful. He's out there to prove a point, and I think this squad's gonna be good. There's no way we drop a loss tomorrow. We're gonna get that dub, especially if they continue playing on the way they're playing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, coaching styles are just Jason V's and us. Oh, my bad. I saw a comment, took me off. But yeah, no, they're just play. They're just playing with this newfound confidence, and I love it. Whether it be they're playing harder for Coach Pop or it's Coach Mitch's scheme that's giving them the wins. I mean, who knows? We can't. There's no way to tell if they'd have the same record as Coach Pop.
Here we go.
Um,
Matt's not Matt, but Mike's Burner's in the house right now. JHNSB, right on cue here. Can we all agree Sohan and Vassell are losers? Are loser players. Low-key. What do you got to say about
ain't
that,
that
Mateo?
Well, I mean, I disagree, especially on the Solheim front. And Vassell. Like, I think that, especially with the comment that just came out from Coach Mitch saying that like we're the ones keeping Vassell off the court. He's probably just as frustrated with us as anyone else. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's hard to judge him when if it was up to him, he'd be playing these games. But yeah, I was at the Thunder game, and I saw Charles Bassey have a big game. That was great to see in person. Just beating the Thunder and being in the building behind the basket, just watching our Spurs get the W was fantastic. And then, right after that, we had that horrible first quarter against the Jazz. I was just like, how is this the same team that I just saw the other night? And then, we came back and we got the win. Same thing with the Warriors. We were down, I think they said with a minute left in the third, we were down 17 points. And then uh, our rookie, Steph Castle, got it down to 10. Then Wimby and him and Harrison Barnes uh, got us the lead. And then we never looked back after that. So, it's just the team is showing a lot of fight, a lot of tenacity, and I'm really proud of them. As far as the Coach Mitch versus Coach Pop thing goes, you know, uh, I think that a lot of credit does have to go to Pop because of the way he set up the team. Like he set it up kind of like the military almost, to where like if he were to go down or whatever, if he had to leave, there's the next person in command to take over. Kind of they're doing everything by committee. Everyone's stepping up to the next level and all that stuff. But Mitch is doing a great job. I just think that if you're gonna praise Mitch, you don't have to take a shot at Pop to do it. Like you can say that he's doing a good job without having to, you know, put down a guy who just had a stroke. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, look at what the Drew Show is saying here. He says, "Look no further than Cleveland to see how a coaching change and a fresh voice can help." He says, "Atkinson replaced Bickerstaff, and they are on fire. Atkinson was crumbs with the Nets." I understand that, and that's one of the things that again Mikey Manis likes to point out all the time. Oh, and Mitch we trust, and I'm not saying that Mitch is a bad coach. Mitch looks like he's doing a great job out there. We can see that he's a little bit more animated, a little bit more passionate, but he's younger as well. He's out there getting into the players, letting them have it, trying to go ahead and lead them, to victory, make them play better. And I like that style of coaching that Mitch is showing right now, that leadership out there on the court. But again, at the end of the day, too, all this was orchestrated by Coach Pop in the front office, however you want to spin it. Coach Pop is always going to have an influence in this team, whether they win, whether they lose, how well they're playing right now. All this, Coach Pop is going to have an influence in this. Even moving forward, if the team decides to move on, Coach Pop decides to retire at some point here because he can't, coach anymore. His influence is always going to felt here, even when he's not here anymore. So no matter how much, Spurs fans try to spin it and say, in Mitch we trust, and I believe that too. Mitch is a good coach. I'm not discounting that at all. But I'm saying we're always going to have the influence of Coach Pop on this team some way, somehow. Someone said here, and Tim Gonzalez says, somebody needs to put up a Castle Yeet t-shirt. He's a big wrestling fan. So I love the wrestling references, man. And Mario Cavazos is saying, Stefan the Punisher, Castle, regardless of the rookie's mistakes, he's making, he says he makes up for it with a great defense, and he knows what to score and when it's needed, or when to score and when it's needed. And I agree. I think Stefan Castle has been a welcome addition here to the San Antonio Spurs, because we already knew coming from UConn, he was going to be of a different pedigree, and he was going to be, NBA ready. But I didn't think he was going to be able to shell out the way that he's done so far. In my opinion, he's exceeded the expectations, and I'm going to argue that I think he's going to be one of the Spurs' better two-way players here sooner rather than later. He's going to really be vying for a spot in the starting lineup here. I think he's going to make things extremely difficult for Mitch Johnson. But at the end of the day, I think Mitch Johnson is going to revert back to giving that starting position to Sohan and having Stefan Castle come off the bench. I'm kind of still not a fan of that. I would wish that he would leave Castle where he's at and partner him up with, Harrison Barnes. Go ahead and have Vassell, Wemby out there. I think that would be a better balance. But again, we're not the ones that make these decisions. It's going to be the coaching staff. So unfortunately for Spurs fans, they're going to revert back to the normal lineup once, Sohan and Vassell are ready to go. Stefan Castle so far. Let's go ahead and get your opinions on the kid. We'll start with you, Sith Lord Elias. What have you thought about Stefan Castle so far?
He's like you said, he's played above our expectations for sure. He's a pit bull on the court, whether it be offensively or defensively. He's putting the clamps on the opposing team's best player. You love to see it. He reminds me defensively something of a young Kawhi Leonard. I know it's not a popular take here. We can't say Kawhi without getting shamed, but at least defensively, I mean that's the style I see him playing. As for him on the offense, man, he like you said, he plays with a confidence through like no other. He's out there bumping, attacking the rim and whatnot. His shooting stroke is nice, all around that kid. Like I said, he has potential to be rookie of the year, and he's had my vote since couple games back. I mean, Stephon Castle, he's him and more, in my opinion.
What about you, Matt? What are your thoughts here on Stephon Castle early in the season?
And so far, I think he's looking like the rookie of the year. And I know that Jared McCain and Dalton Connect, they've been getting all the talk right now. But after they beat the Warriors, ESPN was talking about Castle in a positive light. So I just kind of feel like the narrative's starting to change a little bit, and maybe we'll see him in some rookie of the year talks. He's been really great. Watching him just pester Steph Curry all night was amazing. I even put out a meme that I said that Steph Castle became a father, and it was just one of those good games, man. And hopefully he starts to get the shine that he deserves, because he's a really big reason why we're winning the game. When you were talking about the starting lineup, if you really want Steph Castle to stay in there, like maybe Julian Champagnie could go back to the bench, because I think that you definitely want Sohan in that starting lineup, especially with the way teams, like if you watched the game, like I watched the replays and stuff, like there were several plays where Wemby was on the court where all 5 Warriors players were watching Wemby. They weren't paying attention to their guy at all. And Sohan just is the master in those moments of getting to the basket for these easy layups or dunks or whatever. And that's gonna be a major factor to getting wins. So maybe you look at Julian Champagnie going to the bench, which is where we all thought he was going to be anyway. So I don't know. But, I do think that Steph Castle is earning his starting role for sure, if they decide to give it to him.
Look at this. They're telling Elias here, you shut your filthy whore mouth, man. They said, keep Kawhi's name out this cast, Elias.
Hey, y'all like to celebrate 5 championships. Y'all like to celebrate the 5 championships. We wouldn't have that last one without Kawhi, and y'all know it.
You're going to be wearing your Kawhi jersey next time you go to the game?
Hell yeah, I got to go look for it, though.
Oh, my God. You probably would wear that shit, too. I know you.
Man, I was getting called Skip Jimenez Jr. all damn day yesterday over my take regarding Mitch Johnson over Coach Pop, which I never really trashed Coach Pop, so I don't know where that came. I just said, in my opinion, Mitch Johnson just works out better for the squad this year. Coach Pop's coaching style obviously hasn't been, can I say it without y'all coming for me, hasn't been what it once was. Let's just keep it at that. And Matt, I'm not taking shots at the man himself. Just, maybe his coaching style just doesn't hold up in 2024. That's all I said, bro.
Man,
Mike's
here today,
like we said, in Mitch, I trust. Shout out Coach Pop. I'd love to have him back at least for a game, call it a retirement after that, if that's the route he's gonna take. But at the end of the day, whether Coach Pop is on the sidelines or Mitch Johnson's on the sidelines, the record still goes to one team, and it's our Spurs. So, that's all I got to say about that.
Look at that. Jesse A says, pardon my language, but F Kawhi. Damn right. F Kawhi. You know what we need to do too, now that I think about it? I need to get like a video or something of Matt throwing a chancla at a picture on the wall that has a face of Jimenez on there. So we can use that as the chanclazo video from now on. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
We got to make.
Oh, look, Skip is in the room. What's up, Mike?
What up, gentlemen? Right on cue. You knew GHNSB was going to be in here. Mike wasn't too far away. It's like, what does that saying goes? We don't see him in the same room together, right? And look at GHNSB's disappeared, and now Mike's on here. So things that
I noticed that.
Yeah, and like F Kawhi and Uncle Dennis, man. But we're gonna go ahead and give some shout out right here to our boy, the birthday boy himself, MCS General Contracting. And we come back, we're going to go ahead and do our first giveaway here. Because I said every day we're going to do a giveaway on Monday, we're going to do a giveaway Tuesday and Wednesday to kind of make up for us not being able to do these things the last 2 Fridays because we're kind of busy. But let's go ahead and pause real quick here and give some love to MCS General Contracting. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. So there you go. If you want to go ahead and get some of that diamond hard concrete in your life, make sure you go ahead and give our boy Christopher Leja a call. El mero mero chingon here. It's his birthday, so happy birthday to you, Christopher Leja. Give him a call at 210-774-9155. If you're looking for that concrete that you need to go ahead and put in your backyard, whether it be a slab, pickleball court, or you're a business and you're needing to go ahead and build a new parking lot, go ahead and give MCS General Contracting a call. Again, that number is 210-774-9155. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and show the wheel because everybody gets excited with the wheel. And we're going to go ahead and do our first giveaway here for the show, and we're going to have another one tomorrow. So we're going to give it a spin. And I'm not saying that it's rigged in any way because it's unbiased. Everybody who had more than 200 watch hours is here on the board. So we're going to go ahead and spin. Hanover Fist won last time. So let's give it another spin. Oh, the Drew Show. Okay. We're going to go ahead and give the $25 card out to the Drew Show. Drew Show, you went ahead and won a $25 gift card. Hanover Fist, we weren't able to go ahead and get that Magnolia Pancake House gift card out to you because you never got back with us, man. So get back with us so we can go ahead and give you your prize. And also, I'd like to send you a little something extra as well. So if you can get back with us, again, our email address here is Alamo City Sportscast at gmail.com. So if you can go ahead and email me with your information, Drew Show as well, go ahead and email us with your information at the Alamo City Sportscast at gmail.com. And I'll go ahead and get with you privately on the X so we can go ahead and get your mailing address so we can get this $25 gift card out to you. But thank you guys so much for your support. We do appreciate you all so much. So congratulations again to the Drew Show on winning, man. So
Congrats, y'all.
Yeah, man. We're going to have more prizes. And remember, these prizes are brought to our good friend here of the show, Sean Quintero. We really appreciate all you do for us as well. So let's go ahead and get back at it. We're talking about San Antonio Spurs basketball. And, the Spurs, I believe they have another game that's going to be coming up here shortly. The Spurs are going to actually be playing tomorrow night, and they're going to face the Utah Jazz, which are one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. But they are one of the teams that have beaten the San Antonio Spurs here on their own home court. So that tip-off is scheduled for 8 o'clock tomorrow. Again, this team plays the Spurs pretty damn tough. So I think this is going to be a hard-fought win for the San Antonio Spurs, regardless of who's out there on the court. Spurs are going to have to go ahead and play a clean game. Got to keep those turnovers to a minimum. But one of the places that the Spurs have found a way to win as of late has been at the free throw line. The Spurs have actually been hitting their free throws, which has helped them win these games against the teams here in the three-game winning streak. So you want to see that continue. So I want to go ahead and see the Spurs continue that hot streak here from shooting from the stripe. Hopefully that'll be enough for them to win against the Utah Jazz tomorrow. Thoughts, gentlemen, before we go ahead and move on to the college football AP poll? How are you feeling about tomorrow's game? We'll start with you, Matt. Do you think the Spurs are going to be able to do enough to win against the Jazz?
We better. It's a NBA Cup game. We won our first one against the Thunder, so that was great. We lost against the Lakers. Last season we didn't win any Cup games, So to get a good win against the Thunder in the NBA Cup tournament is great. If we can, you know, beat the Jazz and the Suns by a good 10 points or so, I think that we might have a good chance for that wild card. Maybe the Thunder will beat the Lakers or something, and it'll kind of even things out for us. And I don't think we could win the group, even if we win the rest of our games. Uh, but I think that we could go for that wild card spot. So we just got to take care of business against the Jazz and the Suns, and just hope that somebody beats the Lakers. And I think that we will be in we'll be in a good spot there.
Yeah, Drew Show says he's going to pass on the PF Chang's. We're giving him a choice. If he doesn't want the PF Chang's, I believe we have something else here that we can go ahead and pass on as a gift card here. But one of the things that I was thinking of doing too is getting some of these like Visa gift cards as well. That way, y'all can buy whatever you want, whether it be gas, food. You want to take the Sancha out somewhere? Hey, you could do that as well. But what do you think about tomorrow's game over here, Elias? Do you think the Spurs are going to be able to ink out a win against the Jazz?
Man, for sure. I mean, if they drop the ball on this one, y'all are going to see a different side of me. Mike Jr. is really going to come out in full effect on X if we drop the ball. I mean, look at the teams we just beat, right? We beat the Warriors, we beat the Thunder. Hell, we beat the Jazz after having one of the worst first quarters in our franchise, right? I don't see us repeating that mistake again. So it's an easy dub. I said we were up maybe about 8, 10 points. We beat the Jazz and on to the next one. As for the whole what is it, the NBA Cup, whatever. I mean, I don't really care for it. I just want to keep the streak going and see what comes out of this season.
Okay. So hopefully the Spurs can keep the streak alive and keep it going tomorrow. 8 o'clock tip off against the Jazz. They are going to face the Lakers on Wednesday, November the 27th, with the 7:30 p.m. tip. Right now, the Lakers are winning and the NBA Cup and the Spurs division. I think they're in group like B or C, something like that. Lakers are at the top of that particular grouping right there. Spurs, they are lagging behind there, but they're still in the hunt. So hopefully the Spurs can go ahead and get a dub against the Lakers, and that way they can make some headway there in the in-season tourney. But we're going to go ahead and move on from Spurs talk and start talking about some college football, because we did have some games that occurred over the weekend. And one of those big games was San Antonio's own UTSA with the big win over Temple. Final score of 51-27. My daughter was there with her friends watching this game in person. She made the Jumbotron several times, so I'm proud of her for that. She was quite proud of herself as well. She was sitting over in the student section, had a great time out there supporting her school. So with this win over Temple, UTSA is now bowl eligible. They have won the 6 games needed to be bowl eligible. And by all intents and purposes,
Nice.
everybody's fully expecting UTSA to be named to one of these bowl games. That would be a great accomplishment for Coach Traylor, who has been able to do this over the course of the last couple seasons while he's been there with UTSA. So big accomplishment to Coach Traylor and what he's been able to do with this organization now that they've moved on from Frank Harris and trying to form their own identity. Because I know a lot of fans thought they were going to be left for dead, but they were able to turn the season around and finish strong. And again, they've won the 6 games needed to be bowl eligible. What do you guys think about this? We'll start with you, Matt, with UTSA's big win over Temple.
Go Roadrunners, man. We'll see what happens against Army, but I'm happy that they're bowl eligible. You know, anything that puts San Antonio on the map is good for us. You know, so I'm just happy for the Roadrunners. Hopefully, they get another W against Army, and we'll just see what bowl we get.
And there you go. And what about you, Sith? You supporting the home team, UTSA?
Of course, man. Shout out UTSA. Congrats on their win over Temple. I know that Army game's gonna be hard. I heard our chances are slim. I don't really want to put out what I heard. They said, "Oh, there's a 90 to 10% chance that they even score a damn touchdown over Army." But I believe in them, and just want to say shout out to the Roadrunners for being bowl eligible. To keep pushing forward, and let's see what comes out of the season.
Yeah, and Army played Navy. So they're
How'd
going to
that
play
go?
Navy. That let's see. That was a game that let me see their schedule here. Because I know that the uniforms were great, man. The uniforms that both teams had were amazing.
Yeah.
So let's see. They played. Well, they're going to play Navy here coming up. I believe that's going to be on the December the 14th game. But this last game on the 23rd, they played Notre Dame, and Notre Dame actually beat Army by a final score of 49-14. Army is no longer undefeated. They were one of the last undefeated teams here in college football. That is not the case. They're going to be playing UTSA here on the 30th on Saturday. Tip-off is going to be early at 11 a.m. Army does finish their season against Navy, Army versus Navy. Both teams' uniforms are fire for that game, so make sure you check that out. I think it's like the Armed Services Bowl, something like that, or the Armed Services Game is what they call it. It's going to be on December the 14th at 2 p.m. But either the way, I mean, UTSA, I don't give them a really good chance of beating Army.
Like I said, I don't really follow college much, but man, I was looking at some of the predictions and whatnot, and I was like, oh man, what are we in for? Hopefully UTSA does put up a fight though. He said always got to rep for the hometown. Granted, I'm not from San Antonio, but y'all are family to us. Chris Gonzalez wants us to give us a shout out to senior Robert Henry for his dominant game on Friday. Almost 200 rushing yards. Nice,
yards in the
nice.
ground. Tim Gonzalez says Ole Miss is done from the college football talk. Man, pour some out. Ole Miss, man, they went ahead and they lost their game, dude. That was an upset in the making. Yeah. So they're
So Joe, you were talking about the uniforms being fire. I saw that the Oregon Ducks were voted once again for having the best uniforms in the league.
Yeah, they always have some really nice, clean uniforms. But UTSA does a decent job as well. Some of the uniforms that UTSA has worn this year have been pretty cool as well. So I like to see that. I like the dark uniforms that UTSA wears.
Yeah.
I think that's really well done. But let's go ahead and look at the latest college football standings here, because this is going to be released by the AP. They release these every week. So we're going to go ahead and see where they're at right now. Currently, the standings for the AP college football poll. Let me go ahead and fix my screen there. There we go. We're going to have number 1 is Oregon. Number 2, Ohio State. And number 3, we have Texas's own Longhorns at number 3. Then you have, I think it's Penn State. Number 4, Notre Dame at number 5. Georgia at number 6. You have Tennessee at number 7. You have the Miami Hurricanes at number 8. The Ponies moving up here. SMU at number 9. Iowa, they're at 10 right now. And that's our top 10 for the college AP poll. Right now, you have Army that did slip in the rankings a little bit. They're all the way down to 25. Bless you. Ole Miss with their loss, upset loss, down to 15 now. Texas A&M, they're right at 20 right now. So unfortunately for them, they kind of slipped down in the polls a little bit there. So that is your latest college football rankings as far as the AP poll goes. So let's go ahead and stop right there. And we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about whatever the hell we want to talk about when we come back. We'll give some love to our good friend here, Jeff Garcia of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. So make sure you do go ahead and subscribe to the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can go ahead and follow Jeff Garcia over at Jeff G Spurs Zone on the X. He gives you your daily Spurs content. Should I say? Make sure you go in and subscribe to his YouTube channel right now. He is 5,000 subscribers strong, releasing daily videos over on the Locked On Spurs network there. So make sure you go ahead and give them some love. Again, subscribe to the Locked On Spurs podcast for your daily Spurs content. I believe today your guest will be yours truly. I will be on the show and me and Jeff did record the other day on Sunday. So we're going to go ahead and release this Locked On Spurs episode. I believe he was saying right after today's show. So make sure you go and check that out. And we're going to go ahead and bring back Sith Lord Elias. He's being shy right now. He's not showing his camera. There he is. There's his face. and he's popped off
There we go.
again. The gremlin. Gremlin
I had
showing their ugly face.
my phone dropped. My phone dropped to SOS mode, so I was like, "Oh shit! I just got kid booted out of the feed."
Oh my God! Look at this, Jesse Shador. He ain't playing no Alamo Bowl. He'll sit it out. Will Sith root for the? Look at this. Tim Gonzalez says, "Will Sith root for the original bloodline this weekend? Who you rooting for, Sith?"
Tim, what do you think, bro? Roman Reigns is the GOAT, man. Of course, I'm a root for the original bloodline. There's no bloodline like the OG bloodline. Whatever the hell Solo Sikoa has going over on his side, that's Timu bloodline. Could never root for them, Tim. You already know this, bro. Come on. Roman Reigns is the GOAT, and that's who I'm rolling with.
Yeah, look at Tim Gonzalez says Mario Colorado will most likely will play in the Las Vegas Bowl. So there you go. Well, one of the things that I wanted to kind of get into is what happened at the weekend box office, man, because I saw some things here popping off because we like to go ahead and talk a little bit about pop culture here. I saw that Gladiator 2 cleaned up, man, at the local box office over the weekend, man. Something to the tune of $221 million earned. And from what my friends have said, as they have seen some of the pre-screenings here, they said that this is a really good film. They said it's probably going to be in their top 5 all time. And right now, they said at the box office, 221 million at the worldwide box office. Their net budget was 210 million, and they spent 100 mil on marketing. Altogether, that's 310 million dollars total that they went ahead and spent on not only marketing but also making the film itself. 221 million at the worldwide box office is a strong showing. I believe that this is going to be one of the top rated films of the year. So I think it's going to surpass that $300 million mark, and this will be a profitable movie. I've heard great things about Denzel, the acting across the board. Can't wait to go see it for myself. I don't know if any of you all have already seen Gladiator 2. Have you seen it, Matt or Elias?
You're
Not
gonna
yet.
laugh.
I'm gonna watch it tonight, though. Go ahead.
You're gonna laugh, Joe. I didn't even know Gladiator 2 was coming out, and I figured, I'd check out the first one for the first. I saw the first one maybe 3 days ago for the first time ever. So yeah, I'm excited to see Gladiator 2 now that it's fresh. At least it's fresh for me. I've
Yeah,
heard good things about it.
let's see what it's
So
currently doing on Rotten Tomatoes because somebody's saying they heard that it sucked. Well, let's go ahead and go to Rotten Tomatoes and see where it currently ranks right now in the grand scheme of things. Oh, great. I hate Rotten Tomatoes, man. They always do this thing. So right now on Rotten Tomatoes, they don't like ad blockers on Rotten Tomatoes. So on Rotten Tomatoes, the film is currently fresh with 72% saying that the film is good. Popcorn meter, which is what you go and look at as far as the audience score, it's 84%. So our audience seems to like this film right now. So to me, it's a win, man. I want to go ahead and check it out. I know they got some other films coming up here for the holiday season. Gladiator 2 is probably one of the ones that I'm going to see. The other one that I'm going to go check out is The War of the Rohirrim, because me and my good friend Jonas Clark, we love us some Lord of the Rings, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. We might have a little something to drink before we get there, but that's how we do it.
I thought you were gonna say Wicked, Joe.
Oh no, bro. That's not my thing, man. I've heard good things about it. I know a lot of people have said, despite it, being a musical and whatnot, that they had no knowledge of it. They went to go and see it and they thought it was really well done. I don't know if you all plan on going to see Wicked. I know, Elias, you got a daughter. She might be into that. So I don't know if you're going to have to go see it because of her. What do you think?
No, I mean not even because of her. I mean, if I'm gonna let you in some insight, right? I'm a big fan of musicals, even though it doesn't look like it. You look at me, big dude, tatted up. You can't be into musicals. I listen to Hamilton at least once a week. Grease is probably one of my all-time favorite
No,
movies.
Manteca, dude. You listen,
Uh,
you're a Manteca fan.
yeah, of course, man. I used to actually rock a pompadour just because Danny Zuko, when I was back in high school, I'd slick my hair back and shit, trying to look like a T-bird. But yeah, no, I'm looking. I think I'm gonna check out Wicked. I'm more excited for Moana too, if I'm being honest.
No.
I want to take my dog. Man, we watched Moana at least six times, 6 times a week. Not even lying. and we play the music whenever we're traveling. And sometimes my daughter isn't even in the car; they just have some bangers, Joe. But
Man,
I'm just hoping she'll be well behaved enough to go see Moana 2 in theaters since we've been waiting on that.
you better
Um,
hope Leja's not watching. He might kick you out of the USOA, bro.
yeah, Leia's gonna be out there singing along with me. I know he loves him some Moana. He's
No,
just not gonna
man.
tell y'all. Into the Heights, yeah, I went ahead and I checked that out, Chris, when it first dropped. I was in Laredo. My wife and I were like, "Hey, let's just go check out. Let's see what's playing in the theaters." I'm like, "Yo, Into the Heights was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's the director and of Hamilton. So I knew it was gonna be a banger. It was a great movie too. Like I'm
Look at
telling you, I'm a big musical freak.
look
Sith
at
Loki
the
dances in
comments
his
coming
room.
in. Yeah, low key Sith dances in his room.
What what's next? If you can tell us you rock Hairspray, shit, all that, man. Man, Michael Jackson was he's my all-time favorite entertainer. So
No
when I was
excitement for
younger,
Sonic 3 coming to theaters soon? No? No love for Sonic 3?
oh no,
Sonic.
I didn't even watch Sonic 2, bro. Sith was
Oh,
definitely sitting in for Mike today.
he was. He was representing Mike.
So do you know that that's something we have in common? I like musicals too.
Please don't ever say
When
that
I was in
again
high
in public.
school, when
I'm
I was
just
in high
kidding.
school, Kristen Chenoweth, the lead from Wicked on Broadway, came to my school and like talked to my class and stuff. So I've always liked Wicked because of that.
It's like I'm just, getting used to you guys, like learning more and more about you all right here, learning that musicals is a thing, dude, that you all love. So I'm like, what? What?
Joe's not gonna invite us back
We
after that. He's like, I can't have those musical loving freaks on here.
Mm.
we grew up on Disney movies, man. That's just the way. You know what I mean?
So there it is, man. Jeff Garcia just went ahead and dropped this, man. Again, the Locked On Spurs podcast with yours truly is out right now. Go ahead and make sure you check that out. And me and Jeff were saying, are the Spurs the real deal, man? That was our discussion. You know, are we buying or selling? Are the Spurs the real deal? And we had a really fun discussion about that. And we kind of had a little back and forth there. So make sure you go and check that out. It's over on Jeff G Spurs Zone. He put it up on YouTube right now for the Locked On Spurs podcast channel. Make sure you check that out after the show is done so you can hear me and Jeff go back and forth about, are the Spurs the real deal?
Oh, I'm definitely checking that out.
Look at that. Marco also says, sing it, Elias, with the 4-speed on the floor.
Hey Joe, how is that much of a surprise that I'm a big musical fan, being that wrestling is basically a soap opera? That's kind of in the same ballroom, you know what I mean?
Kind of, man. But I mean,
We're not seeing Goldberg out there singing power ballads either, so
good on that, man. One of the things I was going to bring up too that we've been doing here is secretly behind the scenes, we've been growing our reach here over at the Alamo City Podcast Network. Currently, right now, we are 1,594 subscribers strong. We are going ahead and making our way to our magic goal here. I didn't think we're going to be able to hit this goal, quite honestly, until sometime next year, but that's not going to be the case at the rate we're growing right now. We'll probably hit 2,000. Being really honest with you guys, by the end of December. I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. So we're going to have to start thinking about, what are we going to do now for when we hit 2,000 subscribers? I never thought that would be a possibility. So I'm kind of in shock right now, to be honest with you guys. I never thought getting to 2,000 would be happening this quick, because when you hit 1,000, you hit a wall a little bit, and then your growth slows, but then it starts to gain momentum. And then once you start to gain momentum, it's just like the YouTube algorithm will start putting you out there in front of all these eyes. And I was even talking with Jeff the other day and telling him, I mean, going up to 3,000 sometime next year might not be out of the realm of possibility, as fast as we're growing right now. So to me, that's a big accomplishment. We went from 0 subscribers when we first started to where we're at now. You couldn't have told me that the growth would have come this quick, this soon. So again, man, just overwhelmed by the outpouring of, everybody supporting us and tuning into the show and giving us comments all the time, man. I appreciate it, man. Beyond blessed, dude. That's all I can say. Beyond blessed.
Done.
Yeah,
Congratulations, y'all.
congratulations.
You and Mike, y'all's show is something we look forward to every morning, whether it's we're going on to cook Mike or just to hear y'all's takes on certain situations. Y'all always bring the heat, and y'all are being rewarded for it. Y'all keep going, y'all keep striving. I think we should have a karaoke party to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. Have all of us in this singing up in
Man,
this bitch with a couple of drinks. Come on, tell me that ain't a good time.
that'd be a good time. I think what's his name? If Leja went, he'd be singing some Tejano or something just to, you know, throw shade at Mike, but I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind that.
But-
Maybe him singing up there doing some Rams, some Raulito or Emilio, something like that. Go ahead, or giving us a old school cumbia of some
It's-
kind.
Hey, I'll belt out some Juan Gabriel if you want, bro.
Oh Lord. That's after a couple of shots of tequila. Everybody will be out there singing and everything. Matt, what would you sing if we did the karaoke, man? What would be your song of choice?
The Texas Tornadoes, man. I'm gonna hit you with that. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó?
Uh, nobody's gonna be doing was it the Sapo song? Remember that from back in the day? I don't know if you remember that.
Sapo, yeah. Hey, I can't hear that song anymore. Every time I hear it, I want to get up and clean something, man. My mom was one of those that would bust out. You remember those 8-disc changing radios, right?
Oh
It was
yeah.
bigger. It was bigger than the fucking entertainment center we had at home, man. She'd kick that on at about 6 in the morning, and she would go to our rooms. She said, "Hey, se va a poner limpio," and I was like, "Oh hell no!" That meant get up, grab a broom, grab a rake, go outside, rake some leaves, do something. He's like, "But yeah, no, it's gonna get pretty up in here." That was my mom saying, "Se va a poner bonito."
Aye. Look at Mike Jimenez right on cue. Too ethnic. He can't do that. Too ethnic for him.
Hey
Mexican
Mike, I'm gonna,
food.
I'm gonna get you a sarape, bro. But it'll have the Saints, so you better rock it on the show. When you're gonna rep that Mexican side of you for once, bro.
Look at Mexican Junior in for a karaoke party. And then look at Sam Salinas. Mike Jimenez has officially joined the Necio Necios with JHNSB Midtown, Texas, and himself. And look at Henry Cavill, the code. Puro pinche super grupo más. We should have
Hey,
like
good.
a spinning wheel right there with just nothing but Tejano songs. And when Mike goes up there and be like, all right, bro, you're gonna have to just pick your poison. The wheel of fate will decide what you're gonna sing next, man. And then somewhere in there, you're gonna have like Spice Girls or Britney Spears. If you
You
don't
know,
want
you
to,
know what Mike's gonna tell you, Joe? Don't put Selena on the wheel, please. No
oh,
Selena. No.
Selena, we'll tell him you're gonna sing Selena. You have to sing it in Spanish, bro. You got to go back to the roots.
Now he's gonna be up there trying to sing "Dreaming of You" or something,
Oh, he don't
something
like
in
that. He said
English.
that was awful, man. He said that her album was not good.
That's true. I heard
Hey,
Who talk,
hey,
dude?
all right. Now that I'm on here, Mike, you got cooked for it, but I'm the one who said that Selena was overplayed at the restaurants on HEB. I'll just let you bite the bullet for that episode. I'm like, man, I'm not looking to get cooked that day, but here it is, y'all. I'm the one who said Selena was overplayed.
Mike Jimenez is saying the serape looks nice. It's Marbach nice.
Yeah,
You know what you're saying?
it's La Cantera cool, bro.
Oh, God, dude. But man, that would be definitely something we're gonna have to look into, man. If we go ahead and hit 2,000, what do we do? Like, what's the move? What do you all want to do? You all want to do karaoke? Are you down for that, Matt? Doing some karaoke?
Hell yeah, man. Always down for the karaoke.
Yeah, man. I don't sing in public in front of people, so I'd be nervous
After a
about.
few drinks, you will, bro.
I don't know. I don't even know
Yeah,
what.
that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. You don't even sign up until you've already taken 2 shots. You know what I
Ah,
mean?
right.
Then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I can sing this song.
Minimum, you have to have 3 shots in you before you go ahead and select a song to sing, right? I like those. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that rule, man. That might be something that we got. Hey, you know what? I just saw here that they just released a trailer for the live action Lilo and Stitch movie 10 minutes
Oh,
ago.
really?
This is my daughter's favorite movie. She loves her some Lilo and Stitch. I know how I feel about Disney doing these live actions, dude. I mean, it's gonna be different. It takes away from the original animated film, but that's just me, man. I don't know how you
Stitch,
all feel
Stitch,
about that.
Stitch is looking nice though, Joe, compared to what they did with Sonic.
And what's that
I
other
think
one
they
they have? Mufasa gonna be coming out too. I'm just
Oh,
like,
Mufasa too. Oh, they're actually working on a live action Moana. They released some pictures of The Rock
oh, I
dressed up
saw
as
that.
Maui. Yeah, I don't know. He looks a bit awkward in my opinion. You could tell it's a muscle suit he has on.
Look at
I
Mike.
mean, it's Traders Village nice. Hey, I love me a good Traders Village trip, man. That's my go-to place to go to whenever I have free time, go to San Antonio.
Yeah,
Traders Village is where it's at.
next time you go, let me know in advance so I can meet up with you there because it's like not even that far away from where I live.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you, man. They have the best turkey legs on there. Between them and SeaWorld, that's the only competition they have in turkey legs. SeaWorld has right across from the seal exhibit. Yeah, I know that's the fat guy in me talking, but can't go wrong with the turkey leg, bro.
We dropped Mateo, man. He's back.
Oh, there he is.
I'm there.
Yeah, maybe Matt can come
Oh,
too. We go to Traders Village. We do like a little, Necio get together, man. And get Matt a turkey leg.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, I
did you
knew
see
I
the
was
live
thinking.
the live action How to Train a Dragon also dropped
Yeah, I saw some of
the
that.
trailer for it.
They had the actress who's going to be playing Astrid. They showed pictures of her. I thought they did pretty good, man. But I don't know how that's going to translate well to live action because the animated film was really good. I remember seeing that with my kids, when they were younger and whatnot. I liked it. Then they had How to Train Your Dragon 2, so they had How to Train Your Dragon 3, and I was like, all right, man, I had enough.
It's
It's like
like it's like they should be trained enough to know what the fuck to do by this
Ooh.
point.
for real, man.
You
Like
see what Hefe said, man? You see what Hefe said in the chat?
he said, Sith Street saying Jimenez saying he is more athletic than you.
Oh
Man,
man.
he could probably beat me in a race, but he ain't schooling me in a game of basketball. I know what I'm telling y'all. So if y'all want to make it happen, get the cameras going, get a gym for us, and I'll ball out. He ain't gonna be calling fouls on my end. Be dropping
If you
shots over
make
him like I'm Wembenyama.
if you make the race longer than the length of a basketball court, I think you'll be fine, bro.
Man, you can't when you get of a certain age, man, you can't run and sprint no more like that, bro. The meat's gonna pull off the bone just like Dak, dude.
It's like Dak.
Yep, the meat's
Oh,
gonna come off the bone, man. It's you ain't built that way no more, man. No more sneaky athletic, bro. Don't do it, Mike. look, look, look what happened with
Like
Kevin Hart when he was in that race, dude. He like tore all his abdominal muscles just in a freaking race. I'm like, bro, man, let the dream die, bro. You ain't got it no more. We're gonna have to have the ambulance and the stretcher on standby, Matt. It's not gonna happen.
again.
You know what be down for, man? Remember that one thing that they were showing on Twitter where they had the ring, right? They had like a wrestling ring at this restaurant. And if you had
Oh, I
beef with
saw that.
someone, you just get in the ring and you just like, come on, bro, let's just settle it right now. That's pretty dope. And then you have the spectators, right? They're watching, and when finally someone gets pinned, somebody just jumps in the ring and they're like, 1, 2, 3. That's awesome, dude. We need to have something like that
Uh,
here.
so I'll announce it on here. Me and Brandon, our tag team versus any of y'all's tag teams. Someone rent a ring, and we'll see what we can do.
For real, man. That would be awesome, dude. To have a tag team like you and Brandon go up against like, you know, uh, somebody like Leja and Baez or somebody, that'd be pretty badass, dude. I'm not gonna lie. And Matt could be the special guest referee and then turn heel at the last minute and join up with somebody else. He'd be wearing their shirt underneath the refereeing outfit, and then he just rips it off at the last second. He's the new member.
I have a secret MCS shirt on.
Dude, that would be so badass, man.
That'd be a great skit, though.
Yeah, and then we could just have Mike be like, what do you call it? Um, one of the managers, like they do for wrestling, like Bob, like
He could be
Paul Heyman.
he could be Miss Elizabeth.
Bro, go back to the Macho Man. Jeez, man. I like it though. That would be fun, man. We need to do something like that. We need to have like a wrestling party where we encourage everybody to dress up in character and like give out $100 gift card to the best costume or something, you know? And I want to see somebody like really make an effort, dude. Like come in like full on Jake the Snake or Hulk Hogan or the Macho Man, the Ultimate Warrior, Tugboat from back in the day,
Tugboat.
or somebody dress up as
I'll do the Macho Man and the cream of the crop promo.
man.
I'll be holding a little creamer like this.
Oh, you know what? Mike can be, what's it called? Ravishing Rick Rude. Remember that? I'm like, no, bro, don't do it. Don't do it, Mike.
Don't gyrate those hips, please,
Oh,
Mike. Keep that
man,
to
dude.
yourself, man. Mike's probably at home, right, or wherever he's at right now, thinking, he's like, why are they talking about wrestling? Don't they know it's for 12-year-olds?
Look at that, Tim Salinas backyard hardcore match, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. Just like a wrestling ring made out of freaking mattresses on top of some like pallets, dude. Matt be out there. It looks legit to me, man. He deems the ring safe.
Yep.
Get in there, man.
Yeah, it looks like we can work with this.
Yeah, man. And have some props and stuff too. Like put it under the ring, like the hardcore rules with the ladders and everything. Somebody getting hurt, dude. Freaking
Joe just
Leha,
wants to see Mike get whooped.
dude. Leha will probably bring a piece of rebar or something, put it underneath the ring. I'm gonna show you all motherfuckers how it's really done. Pull out the freaking rebar.
Lighthouse Central move is going to be called the Diamond Heart.
That's gonna be his finishing move, right? The diamond cutter, like
Like a Diamond Dallas Page, yeah.
The diamond cutter. He's gonna hit Jimenez with the diamond cutter. 40-man battle royale. Damn, I don't know. We have 40 brothers and be out there in the ring ready to go, man. But I'm sure
Well, some of us
we'll do it.
will
We'll do it King of the Hill style, and winner gets an MCS general contracting Yeti or something. That'd be pretty dope.
It'd be badass too if we had a competition, right? And I'm not saying like best costume, but best wrestling intro. Like we can take like a Bluetooth speaker or something, right? And just play the music, and you have to come out and kind of like reenact your favorite wrestler's intro and do your best job, and then somebody there will go ahead and vote on the winner. We'll have like 3 guys. I need 3 guys, man. You got to come up here and do your wrestling intro. That'd be dope, dude.
Yeah, I'm for it.
All right. If you guys want me to do the Conan intro, I'll do it.
Oh, there you go. Edgar will probably try to go and do the freaking CM Punk intro.
Hey, Edgar's an old man. He's gonna drop to that knee here and getting back up.
Ya está viejo.
No, much love to my boy Edgar though. I'm always fucking with him, messing with him.
that.
Sorry, I keep cussing. That's already $3 in the jar on my side.
Oh, good, brother. Mario Cavaz says, I'm down. My old short, small ass will jump off the top rope. Hey, man, Mario Cavaz is in pretty good shape, bro. I think he gets somebody some
Hey,
money, man.
I was about to say Mario Cavazos. He has that sleeper build. So I met Mario at the draft party, right? I think
Yeah.
I think that's where it was at. So I approached him, or he came up to me, and before he even said hi, he looks at me. He goes, "I thought you were a lot bigger, or I thought you were a lot taller." I was like, "Come on, Mario, don't do me like that, bro."
I'd like to go see Mario versus Jefe, dude. Maybe we could get that to be a thing, man.
Oh yeah, let's make it happen. We still have to get Leha versus Mike somehow.
Oh man, dude. No hold bars, no rules. What do they say? No rules. What do they say? The fall counts anywhere, right?
Fall counts anywhere, yeah. No holds barred match.
No hold bars, man. He just needs to get Jimenez out of the ring, dude. He'll get tired. He'll just fold real quick. Tell me how, bro. I'm tired. I can't no more. Say no, just let him get to 2 and then stop. 2.5, and then pull back just to let him go more, dude, so he can hurt himself.
We got to
Yo,
get
Joe,
Hefe to fight another Spurs reporter, whoever it would be.
All right. Yeah, I could do
as,
that too, man. Settle
as
the
long as it's not the other one, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh Lord, dude. Man, I saw the post already, dude. They were going strong this morning, man. All I can say is that AI is working overtime, dude. Everything from the article to the freaking picture. I'm like, come on, man. Like, bro, that you can't just take a picture of Pop and just put it in the article, man. Like, come on, dude. You don't need to rely on no AI for that, dude. Just get a picture, put it in there, man. Yeah, you could just take out the background, dude. You got Canva and everything else, man. There's free options out there. But some people, man, they just want to revert to AI. I mean, AI is supposed to be used as a tool, man. It's not supposed to like take over the human element of things, man. That's all I'm saying. But to each his own, to each his own. But all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and start bringing the show to an end. But we also have Hefe in here too. He says, "I want to face MJ in the ring, just hold his forehead and keep him away from me as he swings all week like." Oh man, hold him back and just let Hefe slap him in the chest, right?
Oh, the
Ah.
give him a good Ric Flair to the chest.
Yeah, no,
Yo,
no,
they're
what's the
saying
wrestler in the WWE? That big white dude that always hits everybody in the chest. He slaps everybody. What's
oh
his name?
the world
Damn.
heavyweight champ, Gunther.
Gunther. Yeah,
Gunther.
Gunther. Slap him like Gunther, dude. Oh my God. Did we talk about Jonas Valanciunas?
There's nothing to talk about. Spurs aren't gonna make a run at him.
Look at this, Midtown Texas. We will cut Mike's hair like Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
You
Man,
know what? One thing I can say about Jonas Valanciunas is when I was at the Wizards game, he was talking mad trash. Like every time, like he was even on the bench, and Chris Paul was shooting free throws, and he was talking trash from the bench. It was hilarious.
there you go. But before we bring the show to an end, we're going to go ahead and give you guys a chance to plug yourselves and what you all are working on and what you got going on in the pipe here. So we'll start with you, Matt. What are you working on? Where can they follow you on the X?
Yeah, my username is right there, Matt Lerma underscore PS. I do post game spaces for the Spurs game, so that spaces is just basically where you can talk about things, but no one can see you. So if you just want to give your reaction to the game, follow me and check us out post game. Sith and I also do a recap show called Two Fools One Recap, where we talk about the Spurs and Cowboys. Um, the next meetup is going to be the Kings game on the 6th of December. I haven't finalized the location, so stay tuned for that. But hopefully, we'll see you guys. It's a Friday night. There was no good Saturday game in December, so we're doing a Friday. And let's see. Oh,
Excuse me.
Black Friday, having lunch at Taquitos West Avenue. So if you guys want to come have some good tacos and talk sports or whatever, I'll be there. That's it.
We got a comment here for Seth. He says, Chris Gonzalez says, Sith, are we recapping Survivor Series?
I can make something happen if y'all want it. I can make it happen. I know my boy Brandon Medina has an event that day, but I think he has a wedding to attend. But if y'all want to talk Survivor Series that day, y'all go ahead and shoot me a DM and I'll see what I could whip up.
Yeah.
Kind
I'll
of
pop in the
miss
chat,
talking with
dude, to
y'all
support.
fellas.
I'll pop in the chat to support you, man.
All right, hell yeah, sounds good. Let's make it happen, Chris.
And there you go. So, Sith, where can they follow you? What are you working on, man?
You can follow me on X under Sith Lord underscore Elias or El Cocinero Sucio. Shout out my USA boys. Leija, Bear, Castro, Swiss, El Jefe. Never Mike Jimenez before he starts trying to get back in. You're never gonna get in, bro. Um, other than that, Brandon Medina and I are on a hiatus right now, but we'll be returning hopefully in January for the Netflix era of Raw. We'll be bringing back our show Down for the Count, where we recap all things wrestling. So we'll keep you guys posted. I also co-host alongside Matt Lerma. We have a podcast called Two Foos One Recap, where we recap the Spurs games and the Cowboy game of the week. That's pretty much what I have going for me. Y'all keep on doing what y'all keep on doing. Y'all are the best fans on here.
Yeah, appreciate everybody that chimed in today and joined us here for the episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. So for Matt Lerma and Sith Elias, I'm Joe Garcia. We are out. We'll see you boys tomorrow, and Mike Jimenez will be in studio, and we'll have some more things to talk about. So until then, we're out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.